presents Beyond the Bleachers. And for your starting lineup, coming in at wingman number 1, it's Jay Lew. At wingman number 2, we got my man Hugh. And now, at point guard, driving to the lane and making the dish, it's the hostess with the mostest, Monique.
I ain't made no damn dish.
Woo, Monique. And the crowd goes
Can't pass the
wild.
ball to no damn body.
I do pass the ball.
Your ass Allen
Anyway.
Iverson did.
What? Ha. I ain't never been kicked out of no casino. I ain't on no
Ball.
nothing.
Hey, Allen Iverson, one of my favorite players of all time. You can't bash him on the show like that.
Oh, yeah, that was a gambler, man. He had a Texas gambler.
Boy.
Welcome, everybody, to Beyond the Bleachers with Jay, Hugh, and Molly. Anyway. Thanks for coming and checking us out today. Hope everybody had a good weekend. We got a good show for y'all. And let's get to what we're talking about. So we will be talking about Hugh's favorite family, the first family of basketball, the Balls, of course, and their reality show. Yeah. Then we're going to talk about the NBA Summer League and should it be taken seriously as far as evaluating rookies. I don't think so, but we'll talk about it. Then we talking about the Big Three basketball league that Ice Cube, one of them Ices. I know. Ice Cube. Started with a friend with somebody else. We're gonna talk about that. They already started like beginning of June.
Hold on.
Excuse
me.
How do people go here? How they go here?
Monique, you just wake up.
No. Why? Do I got the wrong topic? Or am I getting talked? Like, what happened?
You got the wrong ice.
Yeah, but I said
Cube,
Ice
man.
I know. I said
Ice Cube.
Nah, that's that food, Italian Ices League.
What do they start with? Ice. Both of them start with ice. Ice Cube, Ice Tray, Ice Cream. However it goes, ice.
Ice cream sounds delicious right about now.
It do, because it's hot.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's humid outside.
Anyway,
man.
Let's ignore Jay while we continue on. Man. Great.
All right, let's talk about the
basketball.
What you say? We got the Ice Tea League.
We're going to talk about the Warriors and the Cavs, and if they're going back to the finals or they're getting dethroned. And then who would dethrone them? The Pistons. Detroit basketball.
Okay.
Anyway,
we are
that
at fucking 2025.
Right here at the head of the Pistons.
Steph Curry going to be about 40 years old.
Anyway, so we'll jump to the awesome sport of football and talk about Derek Carr. And he got this $125 million contract, and does he deserve it? And should players without playoff games or Super Bowl games or rings get top dollar? No, but anyway, then we'll jump to the MLB MLB All-Star game. Should they bring back the incentive of home field advantage in the World Series? Then we're going to talk about something kind of sad and good at the same time. Whole Venus Williams situation with the car crash and the man getting dying. So, yeah. How was your weekend, Jay? Because you want to talk. How was your weekend?
You know, I had to pick on you for a second. It was pretty cool. My weekend was great. I've been since I've been off work. Well, I just finished with my first week. This is going into my second week, man. I've been acting like a damn vampire, staying up, man. But other than that, everything been cool though. Nothing spectacular happened. I'm just resting up because as y'all know, I was telling y'all before, I was suffering from this damn pinched nerves in my neck. But ever since I've been off work, of course, rest helps heal all wounds. So I've been resting up and doing something a little bit better. So yeah, that's about it. I'm born over this way.
Hugh
had all the fun.
Man, you know what's surprising?
I
actually was off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Man, I had a blast. I didn't really do a damn thing. All I did was just chill at the crib and took full advantage. I set up, watched TV, and just hung out. When I say I didn't do anything besides clean up and make sure the house was okay, man, I did not a damn thing. But I had a pretty good weekend. Just being chill and not really having to go out and do nothing, and actually not being there with those a-hole customers over the weekend. I had a blast. I couldn't even ask for a better weekend.
Yeah, so.
Molly, did you check your phone?
Yeah, I am now.
Oh my God.
Oh. Okay. In a minute. Yes, now. What? But that was nice. Because you didn't even say Monique. I thought you would say Monique. How was your weekend? Look at you.
Monique, how was your weekend? I just want to ask you.
You usually just start talking about your weekend.
Anyway, Hugh, I see me and James going to have one of them nights. So, anyway, Hugh, my weekend was fine. I went to this place called Luna in Royal Oak. And if you're a drinker,
Losers.
On Thursday, Luna.
Oh.
Luna in Royal Oak on North Main. They got $2 you call it Thursday night, Friday night until from 9 to midnight. So you calling me, let me get this Hennessy, let me get this whatever, $2. Hey, just there. I got there late, but it was still a good idea.
You got a couple of shots in?
I got a shot in, but I didn't get the $2 shot since I got there late. You know, black folks always late, always fucking late. But I'll go back for the $2. Because $10 you can be done. Say $10.
True that.
I shot.
Yeah.
And you good. I love places like that.
Yeah, dude.
And then all the music they played, they had videos for all the music, and they had a little light show with the music. It was cool. It was a cool spot.
Where you say it was, Monique?
It's in Royal Oak on North Main at 12 Mile.
Okay.
Well, yeah, $10 or something. All right. Then go to start there, and then go down to downtown Royal Oak and have fun. You'll be already blown. You know what I mean? You spend no more money. You just spent your $10 for the night. You grab something to eat. That's it, right? Hey, if you're smart, you bring a bottle in there with you and just put your shots in the bottle. But anyway, don't do that, folks. Don't scare your alcohol out. So, we have a guest with us today. Again, Mr.
Second week in a row.
Right.
I'm putting him off. Q probably doing something.
So when we get Capri in, we gonna talk about these balls.
My damn screen season up.
That's too funny.
Oh man, I know, right? And then look, he talking about the Kardashians. He said people compare. He don't compare me to the Kardashians.
Uh-oh.
So, well, yeah.
Oh, look,
yeah.
Ball.
Hey, yeah, your man's where Jabari at? Your man, aka the LeVar.
Hell no, he ain't coming on this show no more.
He was climbing.
I ain't trying to have them
over the weekend.
I ain't trying to have them. I'm not trying to have them kids in my background.
And we weren't even clowning my man. We just made fun. We was making fun of LeVar Ball, like, since his son didn't really live up to expectations, even though it was basically a scrimmage right now. But, you know, I was like, well, LeVar Ball at now. You don't hear him. You know, he was low-key then. And then all of a sudden, man, Jabari just went straight on a rampage. I'm like, man. But you know, I basically said it. And he definitely was feeling that, though, man.
I said y'all ran him away from the show over LeVar Ball.
This fat ass had to finish cooking. That's what happened.
Did you get your plate? Because he was making greens, right? Did you?
Nobody bothered. I wasn't about to go out there to no East Point to get no food.
Hey, good food is worth traveling for. I'm just saying.
And it seemed like he was going down that day, too.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. Capri.
I'm on.
There you go. Yeah, that was Monique. Running her mouth, as always.
What? You better slow down.
Always running. Ask our guest how our weekend was.
Hey, Capri. What? Hold on now, little red Corvette. Pump your brakes. I got this. So, Capri, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good, man. I went up to Chicago for the Taste Fest. We just hung out all day Saturday. Came back late Saturday night, so it was cool, man. Just to get away for a second, enjoy some good eating. It was pretty cool.
All right, so
question, Capri, did you run into anybody from the D? Most time I go there, I run into like 4 or 5 people from Detroit, man. Like, damn, it feel like I'm in Detroit still.
This was the first time I've been to Chicago and I didn't run into somebody I knew, but I knew people that was there. I just didn't run into them.
Oh, that's what's up. You can stay at your incognito. I see you. I ain't mad at you, Capri.
Right. Right.
All right, y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
All right.
Let's get it going.
So, again, few people are having their own reality show on Facebook. Now, Facebook is trying to launch a new video thing so that you can go on there and watch, like, original videos by Facebook. This is one of 2 shows that they're trying to do. One is about a guy traveling around the world and putting the spotlight on people that put their community over themselves. And then the second one is this nice little train wreck, the Ball Family reality TV show. So, since you're a guest, Capri, but one more time, we just going to add your name to the hostess. Like, what you think about the Ball and their reality show? I just like saying it's the Ball.
You would, wouldn't you?
I mean, I guess it's a good idea. The only thing is, I mean, ever since we heard of who the boss was, they've been a reality show.
Right.
The whole time. You know, it's just now they, it's just now they, you know what I'm saying, they actually have a platform for somebody to show them on a regular basis. I'm impartial to it. You know, I'm not a big fan of him, of the dad. I guess we get to see, you know, get a better look into the family as a whole, because for the most part, all we know is the dad and Lonzo, you know, from being at UCLA and now getting drafted by the Lakers. But overall, I guess we get some more insight into the family as a whole. But, you know, I mean, I can probably guarantee you I'll probably watch maybe the first episode and then I'm done. So that's how I feel about it. It's something else that's going to just fall by the wayside, in my opinion, to me, because I'm not a reality TV watcher anyway.
No, it's so very entertaining. But, Jay, what you think about your folks?
Well, it looks like LeVar Ball got exactly what he wanted. He wanted the limelight, like I try to explain to everybody. And the first thing everybody says is, "Oh, he's a good dad," and this and the other. And I'm like, "Yeah, he's a good father, but that don't mean he's not an asshole." You know what I'm saying? Or trying to take the limelight from his son. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what he tried to do. You know, and this is just that platform, and the media loves this type of crap. They love to get people that act this way, you know, boisterous, or this damn dog and pony show, so they could try to catch them saying anything that they could put as a big headline, and that's gonna end up falling on Lonzo, you know. And he just started his NBA career. And Capri just said, you know, you really don't know too much about, you know, the Ball family besides LeVar and Lonzo. We barely know Lonzo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
right.
Because I mean, his dad done sucks up all of the attention that he's supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm probably with Capri. I'll probably go 2 episodes over him. I'll probably do about 3 episodes of watching the show just so I can have something to talk about with LeVar. But other than that, I probably won't give it too much of a look. And it probably ain't gonna last too long. Probably do a season. It's that.
Well, it's Facebook. They're just trying the whole thing out anyway. So yeah,
it's like a test run.
Yeah, to see how it'll do. So Hugh, you know I had to tell you for last because just your man's in there. Like,
man, it's gonna be a circus. James Free said it right, man. If it's a test run, that was good. But at the same time, though, it's like you know more about him than you do Lorenzo or any other kids with Melo, the wife, anyone. It's mainly been all eyes on him lately, and it was just for him saying crazy things out of the ordinary. And I know that was one of the things that, you know, we had to dispute with Jabari on when, of course, I would think my son would be the most talented person there is, too, and I would back and support him. But you're putting him out there and you're putting him on like a pedestal, and it's like you're kind of pushing him off that bridge. You're trying to expose him, you know. In Summer League, it's not really nothing where you even really have to focus on right now. You got to focus on them as a family as a whole. I feel like that he needs to just, you know, calm it down, take it down a notch, let his son do his job, you know. He got to the NBA, not him, you know. It's all about Lorenzo right now. And then LeVar always seems like he's getting in the way,
Lorenzo.
you know.
Lonzo.
Yeah. And I feel bad because he's getting he's in the limelight right now, right? LeVar Lorenzo doesn't really have nothing going right now, and they're going to pick at him no matter what right now. I just think he needs to just, be low-key, stay in the trenches, and then kind of let his son do his thing, because right now he is being to the point where they're putting more pressure on him than what he really deserves. And it's to the point where we talked about it. Jay already discussed this before a few times. They're making it like his son is going to be a villain, or they want his son to fail, It's like when his son doesn't do well, they're going to be right there in LeVar's face. They're going to pressure Lorenzo too, but then it's like, I think then that's the only thing it seems like to get LeVar to shut up. But, yeah, I think that it's going to be something right quick. It's going to be just for show. I'll probably watch an episode or two, see what it's about, and probably be done with it by then. I'll probably be over it by then. But it's a good thing that to see the personalities of the different people in the family, and hopefully it'd be more focused on the family except for just, LeVar himself.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, y'all know what that's all about. Hey. It's the LeVar show.
Hey,
well,
Hugh.
I will watch it. And
Hey, Hugh, if you keep calling him Lorenzo.
I said LeVar.
So you got L1.
You keep saying Lorenzo. It's Lonzo Ball, man.
Anyway,
Lonzo.
We gotta mess with Hugh.
All right. Since y'all don't watch, I'll watch it. I like reality TV because it's so very entertaining.
Boo.
And I will let you guys know what's happening. Hugh, I'm going to tag you. I'm going to tag up as soon as it starts.
He going to be wilding out.
But they don't know when it's going to come out. They don't know when how many episodes or anything like that right now. That's all in the works. And on the big baller brand front, they just released a red, white, and blue VO2. What? Yeah, y'all better get them. $4.95. Hot $4.95.
You gonna cock your pair, man.
I'm gonna get y'all something for your birthdays. When your birthdays? No, I'm lying.
And the first
you don't want to birthday. Don't start.
Take that money.
You're gonna be arguing the whole show.
Whitening done.
If I know your birthday, actually, I wasn't talking about you, crazy. But anyway, who's sitting there trying to start? So let's finish. Let's not talk about this no more.
Hey, keep going ahead with me like Ralph. He told me to stop calling that fool Lorenzo. Okay, man, I'm sorry. Hey, man, I'm calling Lorenzo no more.
All right, let's talk about the Summer League. NBA. Now, I don't know none. I don't care. But I'm going to say this. I don't think it can be a good evaluation of a rookie because you are not just playing rookies in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got vets out there. If all y'all knew, how y'all going to know if you can go with the old heads? That's my opinion. Hugh, what you think?
It's stupid. But then, I think they do the same thing everywhere. Just get some practice reps or whatnot. A lot of people get hurt out of the season. That's why I don't think a lot of the guys who relevant really play in this league. That's just my honest opinion. I'd be too scared to take any risk right now.
Somebody outside. Anyway, Capri.
Somebody driving.
Yeah, windows down, diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging in the scene with the gangster lean. Ooh. So Capri, Do you think that the NBA Summer League should be taken seriously as far as evaluating rookies?
Not really, but unfortunately, they need all the playing time they can get because they don't really get a whole lot of time in college, and a lot of the players don't really take college serious, so they sure not gonna take summer league serious. But these organizations, they need to see all of the playing they can from these players because they don't really have a lot of legit playing time up under their belt. So the organization take it serious. Now, do the players take it serious? I think some of them do. I don't think all of them do. Actually, I think the ones like maybe your top 3 or 4, maybe top 5 picks, I think they take it serious, just so they can show that they're actually worth where they got picked. And then you have, maybe the middle rounds, they don't really care because they just happy they got picked where they did. And then your second rounders, they be out there for blood. So overall, it's good to see, some competition out of them. But should we take it serious? I mean, does it really mean anything in the grand scheme of the summer league? No, absolutely not.
Jay?
I kind of went back and forth with this. I was kind of on the fence. My answer was a little bit like Capri's at first. I was like, it's kind of either or. Sometimes you don't think that summer league will be a real big deal. You know what I'm saying? Because the rookies, especially those top, I want to say, like the top. Well, I say like the top 10. They kind of don't want to get hurt because they just got all this big money, and they of course they want to compete. When the season starts, but they still don't want to get hurt. We saw the other day Markelle Fultz sprained his ankle real bad. And I don't know what it is with Philadelphia. I don't know if they tell him to go out and do this on purpose. I know y'all, I know Capri and Hugh, I know y'all noticed this. But, I mean, this what, the 4th straight year? First it was Nerlens Noel, then it was Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons last year, and now Fultz. So I don't know if they got an ankle demon somewhere or what. What they got, somebody coming off the court grabbing their ankles, I don't know. But
he's the
number 1 pick. Right. He's the number 1 pick, dog. So and they traded. They traded, a lot to get this cat. Number 1. So, you look at them injuries and stuff like that. But on the other hand, you do see the fact that, the coaches want to see if these guys are really, worth that much or, how much playing time they'll probably get or whatever. But my personal opinion about it is I really don't think that it matters as much because the summer league, to me, is mainly for some of the guys who are trying to fight for those roster spots, the late round picks or something like that, trying to really fight for those roster spots. So, I mean, I think it's just something that should be on TV. So, us guys who are, desperate for some sports on TV, we can watch something, you know what I'm saying, so we won't be completely in a drought, you know what I'm saying, until football season. But other than that, it's not really, I don't think it's, I'm not going to say it's not necessary because it is necessary to some of those guys, but for those top picks and stuff like that, like how people was judging Lonzo Ball after his first game and a lot of these guys who are probably doing good, you know, the NBA game is a little bit different. You know, when they start, it's a little bit different. You know, the traveling, all that stuff, and you know, you got to play different people night to night. You know, all that type of stuff. You got to watch film. So these guys aren't going to look like they look in summer league. They ain't going to look like that in the NBA right off. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, it's been rare for the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? You'll have like 2 or 3 guys who may stand out. But other than that, not a whole draft class that just stand out because of, you know, they looking good in the summer league. Because there's been a lot of guys looking pretty good in the summer league. Like this
Tatum,
like
man.
I was looking the other day. I was on YouTube and I was looking up, you know, a lot of the highlights and stuff. I got a channel that shows you like all the highlights of the summer league games and stuff like that. And like a lot of the rookies, even some of the late first round picks or some of the early second round guys are balling. Like they balling right now. You know, and I'm like, damn, this might be one of the best draft classes we've had in years. We haven't had a really good draft class in a while. You know,
not at all.
So that make impact as rookies. I'm talking impact as rookies. You know what I'm saying? The days of, you know, the Shaq, Alonzo Mourning era, and you know what I'm saying, all that, like the '96 draft, the 2003 draft, all that stuff. That's years ago. We haven't had that in a minute. So they're looking pretty good, but
we'll never.
I mean, we'll see
the way it's set up.
I know exactly. Exactly. So yeah, man, those days are kind of long gone. I miss them, but they're kind of long gone right now. So yeah, that's how I feel about summer league. I don't think people should judge them wholeheartedly off like summer league right now. I don't think it's really a big deal. Because you see a lot of people, you know, oh man, he the truth, and like, man, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they pretty much scrimmage. Like, stop.
Because they're playing against all worth.
Yeah, you just tell them, like, look at they technique and stuff like that, man. Just don't be getting overboard and shit. Oh, he scored 20-something and had a. Come on, stop.
So is the NBA Summer League kind of like NFL preseason?
Yep.
I don't know. That's a long shot right there.
No,
I mean, well, you don't have
at least
a lot of the.
It's going to be a little different now, though, this year because of the NFL changed a lot. They're going to have more games where the rookies are going to play, and they're going to have longer time to play and fill out the players, too, as far as their rosters. In the NBA, I think they're just going to have a solid core of the people that they already have, too, on the team. It's going to basically be like more or less mental reps with the NBA. But in the NFL, it's like they're really going to be fighting for jobs, and you give them more opportunities, it seems like now, because the rosters are going to be 90 until they get to the last game. So it's going to be a lot more guys that you're going to see get picked up on teams that they wouldn't before, and late guys that'll probably go on to like the other practice squads. NBA is going to be slightly different because it's like you just basically getting your rookies in and getting most of those guys mentally prepared. But it's going to be a lot more competition, I feel like, in the NFL as far as theirs.
Yeah, so the summer league in NBA is a little bit different. Mm-hmm. It's different because you got a lot of the rookie guys and then a lot of the first year pros still playing in the summer league. The guys who were just rookies the previous year. So it's different. You know, the NFL is a little bit different.
All right. So let's talk about the Big Three basketball. So I'm going to let everybody know what it is real quick. The Big Three.
The IC League.
What he do? Yeah, IC League.
Oh, Monique.
Anyway.
Just took it
anyway.
And I said Lorenzo 1,000 times. That's Alonzo. So he got back at me too. But I ain't beefing out with Jay. It's all love.
Right. He's just special. We gonna wait for him. As soon as it happens, I'm jumping right on that opportunity. But no. So it's a 3-on-3 professional basketball league that has superstars like as coaches and I guess superstars and some of these people. I was like, oh, like what's his name, Mike Bibby? Like, oh wow, like there's how these people look like they like anyway. So it's 10 weeks of basketball every Saturday. It's 8 teams, 5 players each team. So I went through the teams to see if I knew people, because I know old basketball. It's just the new stuff, like the new rap. I don't know. I don't know who you are. So Gary Payton is coaching the Three-Headed Monsters. Allen Iverson. I don't know if it's a player coach. So is he just a player?
Yeah, he's a player coach.
And the captain. Okay, so he's not playing. He's that for the Three Company. That's what I just asked. I said, does that mean he's a player and a coach, or does it mean he just coaches the players as assistant or something? Anyway,
you glossy today. What's wrong with you?
Allen Iverson plays for Three's Company. Chauncey Billups is a player and a captain for the Killer Threes. Chauncey, that was my husband until he left Detroit. Clyde Drexler, my old boo, is the coach for Power. Dr. J is a coach for Tri-State. Rick Mahorn is a coach for the Trilogy. Now, they had other people on their team, but I was like, who are you? And I'm literally, this man looks like he got to be like 60. I don't know his name, but I was like, oh, man, like, why? What happened? You gonna hurt yourself. Like, his name is Muhammad Abdul Rauf.
That's my dude.
Mahmoud. Abdul Rauf.
Yeah, that's my dude. It was something Jackson at first. He's the originator, though. Chris Jackson, the originator of the Colin Kaepernick, so big ups to him for that, you know what I'm saying? I remember that when he sat out to the national anthem, they was on his grill ever since, and then that's when he changed his name to Mahmoud Rauf.
And Rick Berry is a coach for the Ball Hogs.
No. Hey, man, that's Ball Hogs. That's tripping.
Yeah. And Jermaine, what's his man? O'Neal. He played. Mm-hmm. I was like, I thought he was like young and still.
His knees is trash. He got the knees of an 80-year-old.
Oh, and Charles Oakley is the coach of the Killer Three.
Oh, God.
That Chauncey Billups played for. Wow, what's wrong? He not good?
He going to be like another Bobby Knight out there. He going to beat up his players if they lose.
All right, who is Jerome Williams? He a nobody or?
Oh, the junkyard dog.
That's the junkyard dog.
He played for the Pistons for some years.
He was old too. He on Clyde Drexler's team. He on the Power. So anyway, what y'all think about this? Have y'all caught any of the games? No? Anybody? Yeah. All right. And they play half court. This is a half court game, go in, go hard like the and one. That's what I'm thinking. That's when I heard like, oh, it's like the and one. And they just be out there. Anyway, Hugh, what you think about this Big Three basketball?
I'm glad you mentioned that. That's what lost my interest right there that they was half court. But then I know too, I have to think about it. These guys are pretty old. They probably kill themselves out there trying to play full court. But Yeah, I didn't check it out yet. It was a little weird to me to see some of the stuff that was going on, like 4-pointers and stuff. I seen like a glimpse of it, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I forgot when MTV did the basketball thing, and they had some crazy crap like that before. And I lost interest from that. Like, I see Thompson shoot a 4-pointer. Like, what the hell is that? You know, and it's half court, in the 3-on-3, and everybody out there getting hurt, man. What's up with my man White Chocolate? Man, that's why that fool ain't playing today, man. He can't even stay healthy, man. He tied his shoes and tore his MCL. Like, come on, man. Some of these guys don't even need to be out there, man. But I definitely thought it was a good concept. The big up stuff. Ice Cube for that, you know, for trying to make that, you know, relevant. But, you know, that's something like, you know, I forgot what was the name of the basketball that they had before. Capri and Jay helped me out when them dudes was on trampoline. You know, that shit didn't last. I like that.
Oh my God!
I remember that XFL. You know, that didn't last. This is going to be another one. This gonna be something just like those leagues, man. It's gonna be like you gonna take a look at it, like, okay, no doubt, and then you just gonna leave it be. I thought it was cool to hear it at first, but then when I found out that it was gonna be like not even the full court, and you're shooting 4-pointers and all this crazy stuff, I said it's wacky, you know. And I was like, yeah, I lost my interest right there. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I've seen like some of it on TV, but you know I ain't watching no full damn game. I don't know about anybody else, but I know I won't be catching it.
Oh, and also I forgot to say, Capri, I'm coming to you, but the entire league is operated and managed by the players. So I guess it might do good if they want to continue to make money because you know they ain't got nothing else. They got to make some money because some of these names again ain't nobody heard of since the early '90s. You know, so just saying. But Capri,
some of them probably on ESPN broke.
Right. That Iverson. Look. I'm sorry, Jay. That's your boy. My bad. I know you said yeah. But Capri, what you think of the Big Three? You go watch?
Nope. I didn't even I saw
he said Capri is an uppity sports fan, I swear to God.
I saw about 2 minutes. I watched about 2 minutes, and I was like, yeah, I'm straight. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. And I watch anything. But now, I will say this. Them 10 games is probably going to be more competitive than the 82 that the real NBA players play.
Yeah, they said it's supposed to be like the All-Star weekend experience in one day. So you got all these superstars and the players interact with the fans and all that stuff. So, yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I don't think it's going to last a long time. I think, you know what I'm saying, the hype around it is going to carry it, you know, this year and maybe if they try the second year. But I don't see it lasting beyond the second year. I really don't. But, you know, I mean, you know, it's fun just to keep the players, you know, the players that we grew up watching or we love to watch before this new crop of players came in, you know, the competitive nature of the game, because that's pretty much what it is. They just went and grabbed a whole bunch of players that can't play in the league no more, but they still want to play. They just, you know what I'm saying, they just kind of huddled up and trying to make the best of what they got left as far as their athletic ability. But for the most part, you know, I don't see myself watching. And my favorite player of all time, White Chocolate, he got hurt before they could even score their first couple of points. I'm like, he was one of the main reasons why I actually wanted to watch.
Who is White Chocolate?
Hey. Jason Williams.
He played on Sacramento. He played for Sacramento back in the day, right before they got Mike Bibby.
Yeah. my favorite player to watch. So when he got hurt, I really didn't have no interest in watching it no more. So.
Oh yeah.
No, I ain't gonna watch it.
All right, Jay. What you think of this big?
I watched it a few times. I actually watched it. I watched it Saturday. And I didn't know that they go. I thought they were just going to be based in Brooklyn mainly, but they travel. Yeah, they travel or whatever. And I thought it was pretty cool. I know I grew up playing like, you know, the half-court style basketball, 3-on-3 type deal. You know, because our goddamn backyards wasn't big enough for no full courts. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't grew up in the suburbs, so you know. But I do like 3-on-3 basketball, and I don't know if y'all heard, but they said that the Olympics are trying to start a 3-on-3 basketball.
For America to dominate.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so Ice Cube said that was his main motivation to start this up. And then, you know, a lot of us do want to see some of the old play or whatever. Yeah. I mean, Allen Iverson, my dude, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of weird seeing a lot of the other guys out there that I had like totally forgot about, like Bonzi Wells. I totally forgot about him. Casino Mobley, you know, those type of dudes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, from what I've seen, it's been pretty competitive. So I mean, they kind of got a fan in me. I like how it's ran. The 4-pointer stuff is unique, you know, because you look at it now, the NBA should actually have a damn. Go ahead.
Why is Steven Jackson getting technicals in a backyard game?
Yeah, that dude's nuts, man. He always been nuts, man.
I don't think Steven Jackson got it all, man. I really don't. I think he a few flies short of a Happy Meal.
A Happy Meal.
Like, it's for real, though. Like he weird, man. Something wrong with him. You can see him when they have him on the jump, NBA jump or whatever.
Yeah.
And he seemed like he's probably on drugs or something. But yeah, he don't.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I watch it a lot too. So yeah, man. But yeah, I like the show. I mean, I like the league a lot. I think it'll do more than a couple years. I mean, I think they'll add some more teams and stuff like that, more players. You know, that's retired and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool though. I think it's cool. Nice concept. I like how Ice Cube running it. Or is it Ice T? Or
I don't know. It's Butter Pecan. It's Butter Pecan. That's what running. Butter Pecan.
I think it's Vanilla Ice. I think Vanilla Ice running the league.
See how you just messed it up? Ice T and Ice Cube start with ice, not end
with
ice.
I got another
you just
question.
Messed up.
Well, Vanilla
right,
Ice in it. Go ahead, Capri.
How is it that they can come up with a 3-on-3 league, but can't nobody come up with a way to actually legitimize a developmental league for the league?
They think they developmental league is good.
But ain't nobody developing.
They really do.
Not really.
Exactly. I know, because most
Nobody's
of the guys,
developing.
And that's funny, and that's kind of funny you asked that question too, Capri, because I was thinking that the other day when I was seeing highlights of this guy, some dude, they say he averaged like 30-something points over there or whatever, but he ain't on no goddamn NBA team.
Right.
Like he been the MVP for the last two years in the NBBL. They said NBA, BL, whatever.
They trash.
Yeah, they coming off the bench or whatever. So I agree with you. I agree. I think they think that system is good, but I think that is just for people to probably a roster spot feel or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't have stuff like how football has it. Football don't even have a developmental league, but they have practice squad. And you can have a dude come from a practice squad and be a beast. You know what I'm saying? And he would come in for somebody,
right.
you know, that got hurt or whatever, and he come in and be a beast. And before you know it, he an all-star in the league. You know what I'm saying? Pro Bowler or something. So, I mean, we got a lot of those success stories other than, you know, this bull crap. But, yeah, I agree with you. And you to let Ice Cube organize that then.
Pretty much.
Right.
Maybe it'll do better if they had Ice Cube organize that shit.
I agree.
All right. Is that finished? Okay. So that's enough of basketball. Oh no, it's not. Dang it! They don't go nowhere. Let's talk about the Cavaliers and the Warriors. Will they be in the finals again, or is somebody gonna take them out? And then if somebody take them out, who do you think those possible teams are? We're going to start with Jazz. Let's argue.
I was thinking all yesterday about this when you actually when you first sent me the topic, Monique. And I'm like, this team kind of improved, that team kind of improved, Boston improved, over in the West. You know, I mean, Houston added Chris Paul, big deal. San Antonio getting Rudy Gay over there, he covered off an injury. But I mean, anybody with a little bit of talent in the San Antonio system, they'll make an impact, you know, on the team. I still don't see it. I don't see Boston really doing too much. I think they can push Cleveland to the limit this year, but I think before the season starts, Cleveland gonna end up making a move that's gonna, you know, really legitimize them as you know the Eastern Conference champions again. And we all know what Golden State is right now. They the Patriots. They starting to become the Patriots of the goddamn NBA. So I don't see nobody overtaking them. You know, Minnesota's too young right now to try to compete in the West. Even though it looks like they're building for the future to just, you know, compete. We still got to get past the San Antonio's and Houston or whatever. And Houston, they just, I don't know what they did to their team. But, you know, I mean, they're going to be competitive, but they still ain't going to be able to touch Golden State. I think the only team that can push Golden State is San Antonio right now. That's it. That's the only thing that can really push that. But other than that, nah. And then the East, that's LeBron owns the East, man. I just don't see him not going to the finals out the East unless Boston really do something. That's the only team I see that's really going to challenge Cleveland in the East is Boston. And I just feel like they ain't ready yet.
All right, Capri.
I think no team in the West really made any improvement to overtake Golden State. Golden State is pretty much is Golden State and then everybody else. And I would even put Cleveland in the bucket with everybody They haven't done anything to make themselves better. I think Boston made some good moves, but some of the pieces that they have to give up is kind of making their moves lateral. I don't think they're getting better because they have to give up. They're starting to have to give up pieces to make Gordon Hayward's contract affordable or fit under the cap. So now they already got rid of Avery Bradley. They got to get rid of Crowder, and those are two of their most grittiest defensive players. Other than maybe Marcus Smart. So they losing a lot on the defensive end just to make Gordon Hayward's contract fit in. I think the team to watch next year to possibly overtake Cleveland is Washington. I think another year of seasoning for John Wall and Bill, and knowing what needs to happen, what it takes to play at an elite level for the whole year. I think it's going to come down to Cleveland and Washington in the East next year. I actually think Boston is going to end up being like maybe the third or fourth seed. But the league overall is Golden State and everybody else. I don't see anybody else doing anything to make put themselves in a better position to beat Golden State. So it's just a whole bunch of lateral moves, in my opinion.
You?
I think that most of the teams in the West is going to still be the same, regardless of what moves they made, which was some pretty good moves. But I don't look at it and feel like that they'll be strong enough to compete with Golden State. Even though I love the moves like Paul going to, but it's like, how is that really going to work out when Paul can't even stay healthy? Most times he be out too long. And you had a team where him and the other star player couldn't play together because they were always hurt. It was either one or the other. And now they're going to need him in crucial moments, and that's what happened, how they got put out in the first place. When they needed him at crucial moments, most times he was hurt, and he wasn't there to make those pushes and make that final run. So I don't think that Houston's even going to really get there because he's not going to even be healthy enough. The one team who I definitely always feel like will forever be dangerous is the San Antonio Spurs because of the system so great. That's a proven system. And I feel like they'll definitely give them a push, but I don't think there's no team strong enough to overcome Golden State right now. And as far as the East, Capri made some good points, man. The lose Jake, they lost Bradley. Avery Bradley was a hell of a defender. They still got Marcus Smart. That's one thing I could say. They didn't lose him at least. But then they're going to have to give up Crowder, And if they give up Crowder, man, that's going to hurt because he's probably one of the better defenders I've ever seen. And he's starting to get better as a scoring person. I see how good he was when he was in Dallas. I didn't really respect him at first until he came to Boston and developed more of an offensive game. Just don't really see Boston doing nothing. I think they are boogie cousin away from really giving a push to them. But, they're big man. That's what they're missing. And Al Horford is not a true big man. They need a true guy who's not undersized who can play the five. Don't think they're going to make that move. I've been happy to see them make a move for big man, because I really felt like they were vulnerable in the middle playing LeBron now. And they took full advantage. And if you clogged up the middle, guess what? Kevin Love was hitting them threes. So I just really feel like they need someone to neutralize Cleveland. Just don't think they got the big man to do it. And I would have to go with what Capri said. I thought if Washington beat the Celtics last year, they would have really gave them a run because they got some big men over there. And we talked about it on the show, too, as well. The combination, John Wall and Bradley Beal, man, they would have gave Cleveland some headaches because Wall will go toe-to-toe with Kyrie Irving. And then I just really didn't think J.R. Smith would be enough to handle Bradley Beal and how hell of a he's been developing right now. That dude is like to the point where I was upset when they were comparing the two at first when he was in the three-point contest when he first came in the league. They were like he might be a second coming to Ray Allen, and I was like, I don't know. But then when you see him in clutch games and times when it matter and he's there and he put that pressure on him, I definitely can see it now. And, yeah, that's a team I think that would give them a run. And then they got a pretty decent big man to go tie. I was a little hurt that they let Nene go because I think if they still had Nene, they'd really be more dangerous against LeBron and them because they would have two big key men who can score and who can clog up the middle and who won't give them all those rebounds. That would have been great to see, but I still feel like the nucleus of that team is still good enough, you know. And then I forgot about Otto Porter and how, man, he came out of nowhere. He should have definitely been one of the runners-up for, like, one of the most improved players because even though my man Giannis was, like, straight balling, definitely feel like Otto Porter developed a really good game as well. So, yeah, I think that that's a team right there that'll be really dangerous. A little disappointed, though, like, right now that they didn't really pick up anybody, too, in this offseason. Nobody who's really a threat. But they did keep Otto Porter. They matched their contract. Because I thought if they lost him, that was kind of scary. But them matching the contract and keeping him over there, I think that was a good idea. I thought they was going to lose him for a second. I thought he was gone, Jay, with that money, and they said, you know what? I think they did like most teams do. They wanted to see how much he was worth on the market and was like, okay, that's what they're going to pay. We probably would have paid a little more, but hell, if that's the price right now, the max out price, we can match it. So I think that was a win-win for them just to keep him alone. You know, definitely how good he's been playing. You don't want a team, definitely, was it a Western Conference? I think the Jazz was trying to get him because they lost Hayward, you know, so I think that was a smart move on their part just to keep him. Still feel like they need something. There's something that's still missing in Washington, but I think they have enough that'll go toe-to-toe with Cleveland, though. I think they would.
All right.
So we pretty much saying that Golden State and Cleveland going to be in the finals again?
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
Well,
Year number 4, I'm convinced Cleveland going to make it.
I was hoping that somebody said the obvious, the Spurs, go Hugh, go Spurs, San Antonio
Rudy
all
Gay,
day.
Man. That's a good pickup.
Spurs
Gay. What?
Yeah. I think this will be their worst season since Pop been there.
Monique, you didn't hear me mention the Spurs?
No, I didn't.
You know what?
Y'all breaking up. You ain't looking at your phone?
Yeah, I saw that. I just didn't respond.
So I can't hear it. I said I can't hear you.
That's your
anyway. No, that's you. So let's leave basketball where it is in the past. Let's talk about football. So, Derek Carr got $125 million.
Mm-hmm.
Should players without playoff games or Super Bowl games get top player money? Hugh?
I think right now they want to hold on to Derek Carr because I think he excels every year. It seems like he improves and gets better every year. And I think that's the reason why they wanted to keep him because they feel like they're close enough right now because they already have a really solid team that they had. They just sprinkled some pieces in. You know, they got Michael Crabtree who's playing some of the best ball that he's played. And then you got some good defenders over there. You know, you got Bruce Irvin that came over and Alden Smith, who I feel like if he was over there to make them even more dangerous. They have some really good pieces to that team. And if I'm not mistaken, Sean Smith's over there too. And he was like one of the better cornerbacks, up and coming kid, at the cornerback part of the game. So they was adding really good pieces over there in LA. And then they just basically needed that quarterback. And when they got Derek Carr in the draft, I didn't think he was going to be that good. And, you know, sometimes we put the wrong things on people. Like, I looked at him. Other people may have too, but I know that was the thing in the back of my mind. I didn't say it, but I said, damn, you know, I hope he don't be like his brother David. You know, I hope that pressure don't get to him. But I looked at it like David was on a bad team, and he never really got a chance because they thought he was the one who was going to help rebuild the team, but they never got an offensive line behind that man, and I think it really hurt his confidence. And we could say the same thing for other guys like Blaine Gabbert. You know, I just don't really feel like those guys developed enough because they were so afraid because they didn't have a line. And, you know,
running for their life.
Hell yeah, 350-pound dude coming after you, and he can run as fast as a receiver. Man, you're going to be scared. So, yeah, it's just like I feel like with him, that was the sprinkle they needed to basically be where they are today, a relative team, and everybody looking at them as a contender. But he hasn't been in the league that long. I understand his rookie contract is coming up, and they felt like, yeah, man, let's go ahead and let's, you know, give him that money right now so we won't lose him. And that's what I think they really did. They looked at it like we don't want to lose him to a team and feel like they'll compete against us. So that's why I feel like we need to go ahead and sign his ass right now so we can have him as our franchise quarterback. But as far as what the topic's all about, do we think that they deserve that type of money? I think in a way they gave it to him because they feel like that's who they want to be their quarterback. Did he prove anything yet? Hell no. You know, they went to the playoffs without him, even though he was part of them going to the playoffs. But you still need a healthy Derek Carr to go there. You know, we don't know what he has yet. We haven't seen him under pressure and in the playoff atmosphere yet in the NFL because he's never experienced that yet. So, yeah, the money he got, maybe it will work out. Maybe they will get a Super Bowl or so. Maybe they won't. We won't know until we see it ourselves. But do I think that they should get that type of money without proving things? No. I think that he should have got a decent contract. But for you not to really go out there and, like, do the work and have that experience behind you, I think it was overfetched a little bit, the money he got. But I understand why they gave it to him. Just don't really feel like, I can't say he didn't deserve it, but didn't feel like he proved anything to get that type of money. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever understand giving that much money to a player that hasn't really shown anything as far as, because to me, where you make your money at, I think you make your money really in that big money I'm talking, in the playoffs, and if you know what I'm saying, you can lead your team, you know, to multiple winning seasons, that type of crap. And I just think now, these days, they're jumping the gun with paying these guys because they don't want them to go anywhere else. And not just the Derek Carr thing. I heard that Odell Beckham, when his contract comes up, I think next year or so, he's going to be the highest paid receiver. The Lions actually saw that Derek Carr was getting all this money, and Matthew Stafford's contract is about to come up again. They want to extend him and make him the highest paid player of all time. So we're talking over guys like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady make a lot of money. I'm just talking about NFL money. But Tom
there ain't
Brady,
no way in hell.
In a top wide
Matt Stafford should give more money. Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
No way in hell.
Exactly.
Green
that's
Bay,
what I'm saying, Monique.
Packers.
So
y'all looking at this
that
all
baffles me. that really baffles me a lot that they would pay them all this money and they haven't really proven anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Matthew Stafford gets to the playoffs, 3 times? Both first-round exits. I mean, he played pretty good in those games, but, I mean, you got to be able to get the team over the hump. At least divisional playoffs to conference championship game if you can't get to the Super Bowl. Because I know Super Bowls are tough to get to. You know what I'm saying? But to put together multiple winning seasons, 10, 11 games a year, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We seen Aaron Rodgers last year. The Packers weren't even supposed to make the playoffs. The Lions were supposed to win the division last year. We saw it. You know what I'm saying? With our own 2 eyes, we saw it. The Lions were destined to win that division last year. And Aaron Rodgers came up press conference after they had lost, about 5 games straight. He's not about to lose another game going into the postseason. We ain't losing nothing else. And what happened? They freaking got
Green Bay Packers happened.
They got to the did they get to the NFC Championship game last year, or am I jumping the gun?
Yep, because they didn't.
They got to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, they supposed to be.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they got to the NFC Championship game last year. Played the Falcons. Yeah. So
they just sat down there.
I'm saying guys like that should have top money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Guys who won Super Bowls and all that type of stuff. So I think these up and coming guys have talent. You know what I'm saying? Odell Beckham, a lot of talent. A lot. Like, dude, one of the most talented receivers I've seen in a long time. But to be the highest paid in the league over a Julio Jones, A.J. Green, those type of cats who go to the playoffs multiple years and really are the focal point of their teams, like, I don't see it. I don't know what I'm not understanding. And I know we got somebody on the show, Capri like to break down numbers and shit like that. I don't like to mess with that stuff, contracts and why this person should get that stuff and all this. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, I listen to Capri and Jabari argue all day. You remember the days at Bridgewater, Capri?
Yes, sir.
but yeah, I'll listen to them argue about that all day. So, I mean, Monique, you can go to Capri on this. But yeah, that's how I feel about the whole thing, though. I don't understand it.
So he's only been playing for 3 years, and he anyway. Capri.
All right, let me help y'all out, and I'm not going to even get into the money, the contract part of it. The biggest thing that we have to remember is you have supply and demand, and you have timing. Mm-hmm. Just because Derek Carr is going to be the highest paid quarterback this year, that doesn't mean he's going to be the highest paid next year. The only reason why Aaron Rodgers is not the highest paid quarterback is because they can't do their contracts every year. So when they lock him in for the 5 or the 6 year deal, they got to wait until it's their turn to get paid. By the time it's his turn to get paid again, he's going to be the highest paid. We look at when they sign, oh, my God, he's going to be the highest paid, and he didn't accomplish nothing. That's not how you look at it. You look at when he's getting his contract and how much the average is throughout the league. That's what makes them the highest paid. And then next year, when somebody else's contract is up, then they're going to be the highest. It's just like before they changed to the rookie scale, there was no cap for rookies. So every year, the number one quarterback kept getting the highest. The guaranteed money kept getting higher and higher and higher and higher. They was coming into the league. They ain't even played the NFL down yet, and they was coming in being the highest paid quarterback in the league. They didn't even play it down. You know what I'm saying? We all thought that was ridiculous. Now they actually have a scale. Now they actually have to prove they can play a little bit. Now, the thing to answer the initial question of do they deserve all this money and they haven't won a playoff game or Super Bowl or something like that? I always thought it was unfair to hold the success of a franchise to one or two players, especially when you're talking about the NFL. Because it's too many components that factor in the success of an NFL team. Now, just like Aaron Rodgers, he's considered one of the best. But if you look at the team around him, they're pretty good. You can't fit any quarterback on any team, and they actually, you know what I'm saying, and the level of success is going to be the same way. It's not going to happen. So when you start saying, well, he don't deserve this money because he haven't won a playoff game or their team didn't make the playoffs, I mean, he can only do so much. And unfortunately, the success of an NFL team is going to always be the perception that it lies on a quarterback. I've never agreed with that because it's too.
I got a question though, Capri. I got a question. I do agree with that part, but can't holding up a lot of money with one or two players, can't that stop you from adding the certain components that you need to become a contender? Because, I mean, you can see with the Patriots, Tom Brady will take less. So, you know what I'm saying, they can sign the certain components to fit their system. But other teams, they, you know, paying all this top money or these top dollars. So I'm saying can't I mean, doesn't that play a factor in like, you know, the whole worth it or whatever, because that's a lot of money to dish out to one player. What else can you add to the team to, you know, help you get over that hump? Which is ultimate goal should be Super Bowl, right?
I agree, but let me ask you this. Would you be willing to leave $15 or $20 million on the table when you know one hit is going to end your career?
No, but as an owner, I wouldn't be able to put that much on the table to one player when I know that, you know what I'm saying, that one hit can end a career. And, you know, we may need other stuff to our team. So I don't, especially a player like that, like, to me, it's based off potential. You know what I'm saying? The straight potential. And I understood that totally made sense what you just said, like the contract years coming up, stuff like that. Okay, I got a better understanding than that. You know what I'm saying? Derek Carr, maybe the highest paid this year, but next year maybe somebody else or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I understand. But I'm just talking about as far as just, I guess, valuing a player for what they're worth at the moment. Is Derek Carr just value at that much at that moment? Like, I mean, is he that valuable right now?
Yeah, because if they don't sign Derek Carr, and now they in the market for a free agent, they're still going to have to pay that money to the free agent because now that free agent is setting the market.
The money. Okay.
He's setting the market. So they're going to have to pay that money regardless. Now, where teams mess up, it's not the money that they pay to the quarterback and the stars. Teams mess up when they're not drafting right because the first 4 or 5 years that the players are supposed to be good, they're not really paying them. So if you're drafting right and you're developing your players when they're cheaper, i.e., Green Bay or New England, they're drafting players and they're developing them. New England is the perfect example. When it's contract time, they let them walk because they know that they're going to draft a player. They're going to draft a player that's going to be as good or they're going to be better at a cheaper rate on a rookie contract. And when that rookie contract is over with, they let them walk. And they do it all over. So that's where teams mess up. It's not about the money that they spend. It's what are you getting out of the players that you don't have to spend money on.
Yeah.
That's
I
what the
definitely feel what he's saying. Because
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. A la Dave Solder. You know, his ass was gone. I don't know who they're going to develop, but they got Dante Scarnecchia back. But I don't definitely think they're going to keep my man unless it's on like a 2-year extension and he take a pay cut. I definitely don't see if he don't do that, he'll stay on with New England, though. I definitely already said Nate Solder might be gone after this year.
That's what they did with Dante Hightower.
Mm-hmm.
They said, go ahead, see what you can get. He went to 14, and he could have got the dollar amount he wanted. But when he weighed where I got to play as opposed to me taking less money and winning, he took the less money, and he went back to where he's going to win.
Yeah, because that clown went to the Jets, man.
So if I go somewhere where I'm going to win, where I know I'm going to win, now it's about money. Mm-hmm. So you pay me every dollar I can get. It's going to be worth my while.
Who was the guy the Patriots let go last year in the middle of the season? That up and coming linebacker sent his ass to Cleveland.
Jamie Collins.
Yeah. I didn't understand that move at first. Now that you broke it down like that for free, I understand the move totally. I mean, I know the Patriots make everybody, probably besides Tom Brady, is expendable on that team. They just, you know what I'm saying, they don't believe in paying players all that money like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of, I guess, my mindset on it, because you have to build. To me, it's about building teams. You know what I'm saying? Not actual just, you know, paying this individual this and that and all that or whatever. And I think mostly when teams do that, I think that they're chasing ticket money more than they're chasing, you know, Super Bowl trophies or whatever, or playoff appearances or whatever you want to call it. So I just don't be understanding half the time, you know, about all that money and shit they be giving these unproven players. Well, the players that's not really that I don't think is, you know, worth it at that moment. But I understand now.
But look at Oakland. Look at their situation. Pretty much everybody on their roster that's legit and contributing, they drafted him within the last 3 or 4 years. All of them.
Yeah.
The only one that they didn't draft that's actually really contributing like he is Michael Crabtree.
Yeah.
But the quarterbacks, the offensive line, the running backs, the defense, all of them dudes, they've been drafted within the last 3 to 4 to 5 years.
Yeah. And most of the guys they already took care of on the team, and he was the only one who was basically left to get a chunk of the money for his values to keep that team together, to keep that nucleus. Yeah, I agree.
And another thing with the NFL, you can't look at the overall number of the contract. The only money that matters is the guaranteed money. That's the only money that matters when you look at football contracts. So, yeah, they signed him for 100 and whatever. He's not getting that whole 100 and whatever that contract is. They never get that money. The only money they get is the guaranteed. That's the money that you look at.
And if he get hurt in the next 2 years of that contract, you know most of them NFL contracts are 2-year contracts anyway. So if he get banged up or hurt real bad to where he can't play anymore or just be a mediocre to I can get off the bench and give you a little bit of points for Josh McCown, he'll be out of there in no time. You know, the NFL is more or less a what have you done for me lately league. And most of the contracts are pretty shady. That's why I think they be pissed off and they make these foul comments about the dudes in the NBA who getting all that money up front because they know if they don't perform and do what they're supposed to do in them 2 years of that contract, I don't care how long it is, you gone.
This is a different topic, but in both situations, their money is based on what they negotiate in the CBA. So NFL players don't have nothing to say about the NBA players because the NBA players negotiated a better deal with their owners than the NFL did.
Yeah.
So if the NFL wants the same money NBA is getting, they need to negotiate a better CBA.
But the players in the NFL, the players in the NFL don't have no clout though, man. The owners run the shit out of the NFL. You know what I'm saying? The NFL players take what they can get. The NBA don't play that, man. That player association is well represented. So they get their money. They've been getting guaranteed contracts for the longest.
Did y'all hear what DeMar Smith saying too? DeMar Smith was saying something about they would have to take a full season off to try to get at least a good NBA contract. Or like a contract like the NBA players. They would have to take a full season off. I just read that today. He said we'll probably have to take a full season off to get or negotiate as good of a contract as the NBA is making. I don't want to see that.
So we got to move on. But to solve all of this, all they had to do was sign Colin Kaepernick. He wouldn't have took $100 million. They could have gave him $6 million, and he would have been on the side shucking and jiving and dancing for Mister. So anyway, that was all everything. But let's talk about baseball. The MLB All-Star game coming up. And the question is, they bring back the incentive of home field in the World Series. We'll start with Capri.
They shouldn't have never started that crap, man. That was the dumbest thing they could ever did to the All-Star game. I don't think anything as important as deciding who the championship is should be decided by an exhibition team game by players that ain't going to even sniff the postseason. I thought it was ridiculous. They shouldn't have never did it. I'm glad they went away from it. They shouldn't have never did it. That's retarded.
That's quick to the point. Jay?
I don't even know why you asking me, but
you came up with the question.
You know what? I came up with the question for them. Yeah.
What?
You know, I'll add my little 2 cents from what I know. Okay, but I actually think Capri don't even want me to tell. He made me not even want me to tell my damn side. Nah, since he done whipped it up like that, I don't even want to say how I feel.
It's okay. I got your back.
Yeah, that was hell, wasn't it? Idiots. God. I think that it was unique to do because at the time they did it, think about it. The NFL was having issues with their All-Star game, you know, the Pro Bowl. The NBA was kind of having, you know what I'm saying, some issues with their stuff too, you know, the viewership of it, that type of stuff. So the MLB was kind of taking a hit too because outside of the home run derby, nobody was really watching the actual All-Star game. You know, so they kind of added the incentive because they saw, you know, the players was kind of disinterested. You know, it was kind of, you know, the players have friends all over the league. So, you know, they see each other, they kick it. You know, that's their little vacation or whatever. But I thought it was unique. Now, I do understand where Capri coming from when you said that or whatever. And I just realized that they took that, you know what I'm saying, little incentive away or whatever. But I do think that they did the right thing by doing that because you always got to I feel like you should always reward the team who has, you know, the better regular season. And if you had a good regular season, you should get home field, you know what I'm saying, whether in the playoffs or the World Series or whatever. You know, so, yeah, I agree with that because some players and teams that won about 40, 50 games out of 162, and they ain't even close to getting to the playoffs, and they can, you know, they can have an effect on if, you know, a player from a team that's, you know, destined for the World Series get home field or not. And we all know home field, home court, that shit matters at times. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But I did understand where they were trying to come from when they added that.
I don't think that, like, I agree with Capri as how you gonna say it would determine home field, like, advantage or whatever if they all different teams playing together. Like, so what? Who gonna win? Who wins? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you're on the winning team? Then how do y'all decide which? You know, like how that don't make sense. Just let it be random or however they pick it. Like, that don't even make sense. That's just me. I mean, that's my baseball. You know about perpetrated type noise. All right. Anyway. So, Hugh.
I understand why they did it. You know, like Jay said, more or less, because it was getting so played out, like them not playing. They do, like, I've seen, like, Pro Bowls where guys would get, like, 5 touchdowns, one player, 300 400 yards, like a video game, you know, on the easiest level. And I just don't really feel like they care. The All-Star game don't really get serious till the last couple of minutes. You know, but for the most part, it's just them playing, you know, just joking around, doing woo type stuff, hitting it off the backboard, doing whatever to, like, you know, get an off to the crowd. MLB was worse. Think about it. Out of every sport, out of the ones we were just talking about, basketball, football, which one is the least watched? I believe baseball is not really doing as well as the other sports are. You know, you got your baseball heads and all, but I just don't really feel like their All-Star game was getting the looks that it should, and they looked at it as a rating. They looked at it as a rating standpoint, even though I feel like I don't think the Cubs should have got home field advantage because if they, you know, didn't win, the NL didn't win the game last season, or how they was doing, like, okay, the NL won the game, so we determined, even though the AL had a better record, but yet you get home, you know, you get to play on your home field, or you get the home field advantage. I didn't think that was fair. But I know why they did it, though. They just wanted to bring relevance to it and make it more interesting because to give them a sense of and to give them a reason to play the game. So, yeah, I can respect the reason why they did it, even though I don't agree with it, but I can definitely respect the reason why they did so.
All right. So when is the All-Star game?
When is that bullshit?
Tomorrow.
You said it's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Did any Tigers make it?
Nobody else, see what I'm saying? Nobody don't even give a shit about it. See?
I don't really watch it as much either.
Did any Tigers make it to the All-Star game?
You know, at first Miguel was one of the starters, but you know, he ended up being overtaken. You know, the Ian Kinsler, you know, was one of the players, but most of them are just like, you know, got replacement players, or they're going to come in on the game. They're not starting, but we have some guys who made it to the All-Star game. But no starters, though.
That's what's up.
So we do got some All-Stars?
Yes. Well, we definitely we got some All-Stars, but they just wasn't the first teams. You know, they're going to be like the replacement players, and the guys will come in off the bench. But then at the same time, you're going to give most of those guys a fair share. They run anyway during the All-Star game. They usually split like maybe 2 innings or more. But, yeah, we definitely got some All-Stars, but they're just not, you know, on the team or the starters on the squad.
Right. Hey, real quick. They didn't go to this format because people wasn't watching. They actually went to the winner of the All-Star game getting home field advantage in the World Series because of a tie. People was watching. It was a tie one year, and instead of them continuing to play, they ended the game because it went too late. So they said in order for us to have a reason to keep playing the game, we have to have a winner, and that's how they decided the winner gets home field advantage. It wasn't because they were trying to make it more exciting.
That's
yeah, I agree. I told y'all it was.
That's worse.
I told y'all it was dumb from the beginning.
Because we hate ties. We hate ties in the NFL. You know seen no damn time.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I definitely got the Ravens was real poor. Which, yeah, they definitely been pretty bad.
They ought to be ashamed of themselves, man.
Yeah, that's worse, man.
I agree. I mean, and to me, it's even worse because the leagues don't even play by the same rules. So now you got two leagues playing two different sets of rules, and you got an exhibition game determining who gets home field advantage.
But how would they determine it?
Who gets home field advantage?
Determine what?
Yeah. Who would get the home
best
field
record?
advantage?
The best record between the two teams
on the winning team.
World Series. Yep.
That's how it should be.
Yep.
That's great. All right, so let's
a damn tie.
Let's move on to something a little sad and happy, like I said before. So, Venus Williams was driving down the street, and had an accident. At first, they were blaming her for the accident because I guess they didn't have footage, and maybe they took the older lady's word for it. So she was getting implicated as it was her fault that the 72-year-old man died. But then video came that showed what happened, that it wasn't her fault, that they ran through and hit her. Good thing she's okay, and out here killing them at Wimbledon. Been here watching it now. And, yeah, so what do y'all think about this whole situation, Capri?
I think it's a terrible situation. I think it's very unfortunate that the elder guy actually lost his life. And I think it's sad that before all of the evidence was taken into account and consideration, that judgments was cast on Venus before they even gathered all of the information.
Right.
And they did take the lady's account for what it was, and they started implicating Venus. And it's just another situation that we as black people have to deal with. You know, we're going to always be guilty until proven innocent. And the part that I don't understand and what's frustrating is, as easy as it was to look at the footage and to see that Venus was in the right, and you still waited. How long ago did this happen?
June 9th.
That was a while ago.
You know what I'm saying? A long time ago, and you just now saying we looked at the video footage as if it wasn't available for a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, and now you know what I'm saying. Venus. I mean, because she's been feeling terrible about it. You know what I'm saying? And now she feels like she could be questioning herself, like, dang, well, was I really in the right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I did make a mistake. Maybe I, you know what I'm saying? And to come out and say, okay, no, after a month later, we looked at the video, and Venus was in the right. You know what I'm saying? She already feel bad about the guy losing her life, but now, you know what I'm saying? Now we talking about legal issues. We talking about, you know what I'm saying, trying to get a lawyer and trying to make, you know what I'm saying? I just think that's the world we live in. You know, it's sad, It's bold. It's unfair. But to me, that's the most irritating and frustrating part. Like a month later, they're saying, okay, she was in the right after she had to deal with the torture of what happened for a month. I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah. Hugh?
Yeah, it's sad, and you don't want to, like, you know, and it always comes down to it. You know, we don't want to even really touch this topic, but you already know about her being, you know, just a black American. If you're African American and something goes wrong like this, you know, it's always being thrown at us. I don't care how much money you have. That's always something that we go through as, like, you know, just black athletes, period. Like, what happened to LeBron James not so long ago? He's a love figure in Cleveland, you know, but then you look up and you see that he had slander on his house. We heard about that, you know, like when they got into the finals, you know, and I made a comment about that on my Facebook page. I put that out there and said, no matter what, if you're black, you're an athlete, it's always going to be this type of things going on. And no matter how much money you're making, racism still going to exist. And it's sad because they judged her before anything even happened. You know, they just automatically felt like she was guilty. It takes them a while to even see the footage, find out that she wasn't guilty. And like you said, it's really messed up that a person had to lose their life. You don't want nobody to lose their life over anything of that nature, man. You know, and regardless of the fact, you know, I'm not even going to touch on the race ground or anything, because regardless of what color you are, you still feel bad for that person and their family because you don't know what they're going through after losing a loved one. You know, but it's sad because it always comes down to that. You know, prejudge her before you even see the evidence. We always get judged like that. I don't give a damn if you're a black athlete or just a black person in general. Living in these United States, we always get treated like this. And it's bullshit, you know. I don't really feel like it's fair, but we always get treated like this. We're always guilty until we're proven innocent. Not innocent until proven guilty, you know. We always have that guilty sign on us no matter what. And it should stop, man, because, you know, and that's where a lot of people get upset when you say Black Lives Matter, and they want to know why we're saying it. They're saying all lives matter, but hell, y'all not getting killed and gunned down like, you know, the Hunger Games or anything of that nature in America. When you're white, most times the opportunities and freedom and everything is there for you. You know, you white, you wake up with a silver spoon in your mouth damn near every day, or you get the chances. And then I remember the comedian Chris Rock said at one point, you know, you could be a white person with no legs, and you say, well, hey, man, do you want to switch places with me? And a white person is like, nah, I think I'm going to ride this white thing out. And he said, and I'm rich. But, you know, that opportunity is still not there regardless. We got to work twice as hard to get those things, man. And it just seems like it's not fair for us to always be prejudged on things like that. And it just needs to stop. But it's going to continue because that's just the way they look at us, you know. We're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
That's the American way.
Right. Jay?
I agree with the fellas. 2,000%. It's crazy, and this we can't let the media off the hook either, because the media loves a good headline. They love to jump the gun. You know, soon as a little piece of something come out, a little piece of, we could be talking, you know, not even on air. Somebody who does, you know, newspapers or, you know, or whatever, work for a newspaper or TMZ or whatever you want to call it, could be walking past us. We could be in a restaurant or something at goddamn Chipotle, getting something to eat, and we just say something. Hey, man, you heard such and such? and then they going right to their phones or whatever they do, and they post it. And it's just posting all this misleading information, and then you have to come back out and clean it up. But that doesn't do anything for what it could do to damage somebody's career, or damage somebody's reputation. And that's what Venus was really having to do at that point. Because people, I even was thinking, I was like, damn, when I saw it on my Bleacher report, I get news stuff on my Bleacher report, and I'm just like, damn, Venus, what happened, and the report that I read said evidence showed that she was at fault. So I'm like, what? I'm like, really? I'm like, damn, I even told my daughter about the whole thing. But she kind of like the Williams sisters now or whatever, I was showing her some old stuff, whatever. So she's like, wow, I know she'd be heartbroken or whatever over that. So now this news come out, and I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to get held accountable for this false bullshit? And like Capri said, you got evidence sitting there for the longest to clear this person's name. And you just said it too. She got money too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She not no average person. She's a celebrity. She got money, deep pocket, and she still was getting dragged through the mud and had to prove her innocence because she was looked at as being guilty. Do you think anybody else would have probably had to deal with that with a fair skin color? I don't think so. I don't think the news would have broke as as deep as it did with Venus, where she was just she's guilty as hell, just right off the bat. She's guilty, and it's crazy because that makes you start to look at that makes us start to look at our justice system, and we look at our justice system and say, all of this shit that was put out beforehand, you're innocent until proven guilty, and all these rights we so-called have, but we forget that as African Americans, it's still in the Constitution. They don't even look at us as being human beings, pretty much.
Or equal.
So we don't even understand this shit until something happens like this. And Venus got a taste of it. She got a taste of pretty much what Tiger Woods just got a taste of. Same shit happened to him. They just talking about it. He looked like he was drunk and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing, you tarnishing his reputation by saying, Tiger Woods done fell off. He came with drunk. Yeah, alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, this alcoholic guy or whatever, and it just happened to come out. He had some medication that made him a little drunk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was still driving impaired, but still, it wasn't what
alcohol.
What was initially put out there. So his innocence had to get proven too, and his reputation had to get clean. So, like I said, you start to look at the justice system and start to question that shit. Like how fair is it to us to have to prove our innocence off the bat when we're accused of something, and not be looked at as already innocent until we're proven guilty, which means, evidence got to be presented against us and all this type of stuff. So it's just, it was a bad thing for her to have to go through, and like Monique was saying too, she's doing her thing in Wimbledon, you know what I'm saying? And that's mental too, man. And that shows how mentally tough she is, man. So kudos to her. I'm happy that she, because she was probably beating herself up about the whole situation. Because like y'all were saying, nobody wants to be the cause of anyone's death. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be the cause of that. Yeah, unless you're a murderer, unless you Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy ass. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, them motherfuckers, they was happy when they did it. But you know, with her, she seems like she got a good heart, man, and she's a good person, you know, and stuff like that. So you don't want to see her go through that type of emotional trauma. It's emotional trauma, then the family got to go through stuff, and they thinking, you know, she was in the wrong, and they, you know, probably feel a certain way about her, and you never know what, you never know. So it's just, I'm glad the situation got handled, and like Capri said, I'm with Capri 100%. They could have been handled, and they sat on this jump for that damn long. They need to get slapped.
Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna read from an interview when this guy talked to a defense attorney about the case. He said that the actions of the police seem bizarre from the start. It's a national trend that police officers do not issue public, definitive sounding findings at the scene of accidents in advance of investigations because it draws them into civil suits. It is also very odd there was a kiosk and a video camera at the scene, but they did not look at the videotape before finding fault with Ms. Williams. And I said, can she sue him? And they said, this is an act of negligence by the police, but they have qualified immunity for most acts of negligence. That's the reality. And what's messed up is, like y'all all said, how you gonna say I did it, and you've done nothing whatsoever to figure out the truth. It's just black woman at the scene, car accident. Oh, she did it. Oh, older white man is dead. Now, again, this could have been a situation like Brandy. You know, when Brandy drove on the freeway the wrong way, let's kill that man. It's not funny that he passed, but it's like, that's at fault. Yeah, I mean,
right.
You're on the freeway driving the wrong way. Like, yeah, something's going on here. You know, like, what happened? Maybe Thea, you know, sent her to the Capitol too much, and she got hit her head. I don't know, but that's different than this. Like, you can see that she stopped, and then she went, and then this car came, boop, and hit her car. Like, she T-boned. No, how can she T-bone when the side of her car is the one that's messed up? Like that, don't the T-bone?
Right.
The T-boner. That's funny, T-boner. Sorry. I am so juvenile. But, yeah, that's still funny to me. But that, you know, you can see that they hit her. You know what I'm saying? So why didn't you just, like, what was it? I would try and do some legal stuff. But right now she's trying to win Wimbledon. She ain't won one since 2008. She's trying to, and her sister down. Oh, she like, look, I can come back. To just be the 19-year-old, who else she about to be? You know what I'm saying? She beat all these babies that wasn't even, some of them not even born when she first started. So she got other things to worry about, and I'm glad this is no longer one of them. But I'm sure that, you know, the man's death will weigh on her a lot. So, yeah. It's messed up.
Hey, I got something fun to talk about right quick. We got 6 minutes left. Well, 5 minutes left, so we can kick it right quick. I put something on Facebook, man. I don't know if you saw it, Capri. I know Monique saw it. I don't know if you saw it or whatever. What's the preferred utensil to use for a peach cobbler when you're eating a peach cobbler? A fork or a spoon?
A spoon.
Gotta have a spoon.
Number one, you need a spoon.
Everybody says spoon. Who the hell uses a fork? Who the hell uses a fork for some peach cobbler? Somebody ain't been taught to eat correctly.
They're not eating the right peach cobbler. Because you need the spoon so you can scoop up all the syrup and stuff. And you got the ice.
That's what I said, Monique.
So you gotta,
man,
that
ain't
makes
ready for
sense.
that peach
When
cobbler
they come to
syrup.
peach cobbler, I'm not even there for the peaches.
Man,
Right, I'm there for the crust.
I'm in there
I
for
love
the
the
crust
crust.
and the juice.
Y'all silly.
Yeah.
The juice.
Yeah, you there for the crust and the sauce,
I'm there for
man,
the crust and the sauce. That's it.
Yeah.
I ain't even got to have no
A damn fork.
Nah, that's your little special friends. It's all right. Let them give us a fork.
A goddamn
Do they wear
fork.
a helmet too? Do they wear a helmet?
They wear a helmet when they eat their dessert.
This period, walking down the street, they gotta have a helmet. They eating peach cobbler with a fork.
I just told somebody. I said, who wants? Because peach cobbler is normally a warm dessert. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, who wants some firm ass peaches in a warm dessert? Like who? And more than likely,
maybe they was thinking the cake.
usually people eat ice cream with cobblers. You know what I'm saying? So you're just gonna go through it with a fork. Like it's okay.
How you gonna scoop that ice cream with that damn fork?
Right.
These people remedial, man.
Y'all stupid.
If y'all listening, it's okay if you eat with a fork. It's all right. It's okay.
No, it ain't.
It's all right.
It never is.
As long as they happy. As long as you happy.
Be stabbing the peach cobbler and shit.
All right, you're not even gonna get nothing. Like you gonna spend most of your time trying to get food on the fork.
They gonna lose their
Ain't
mind.
gonna get no juice on the spoon, nothing.
They might as well just eat peaches. Like just slice up some peaches, eat your peaches. Let it be.
Y'all put them in some brown sugar and butter.
Brown sugar, yeah.
And
Yeah.
just eat the peaches.
Ooh, no.
Idiot.
Take your peaches, slice them in half. I mean, not half, but, make some slices. Put some browns, make a simple syrup. Put it on the grill. Oh, my God, that is so good. So good. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, the peaches on the grill. Yeah, they all cold.
Yeah. Man.
All right.
But
get us out of here, Monique.
It's almost time to get out of here, but I wanted to tell you guys something. Like, today is so not a good day for me. Now I've been
oh my God.
down all day. So I want to thank y'all for, bringing me back. You know what I'm saying? Messing with y'all and laughing. All that. I appreciate it, fellas.
For sure. We definitely appreciate you, sister.
For sure.
But I want to say thanks to everybody that was listening. Hope you come back next week. Mondays from 6 to 8. Beyond the Bleacherz on E-Block Radio with Jay, Hugh, Mo, and sometimes Capri.
Absolutely.
I had to get him. Yeah, I had to get Capri these last couple of weeks because we off. So he got to go. He got to go back to the chain game next Monday.
Yeah.
No.
It's good to
back to the dungeon Monday.
Free.
back to singing the Negro spirituals.
Right. Y'all silly.
Damn. I hate singing the cool tune. That's what we call them at the job, the cool tune.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Silly.
But all right,
y'all
everybody.
Be blessed, man. Peace.
All right.
Peace. All right, have a good week, y'all.
All right.